So I'm glad that I had a chance to sit down and watch the first 3 episodes of Andor on Disney+. The show stars obviously Diego Luna. We're introduced to Cassian, a character created in Rogue One. It's nice to see him returning back into the Star Wars universe, even if it is a prequel.
Hello there, Joel from Real Talk Movies here. I'd like for you to give this video a thumbs up and hit the like button if you can. Help me reach my sub goal by hitting that red subscribe button. Click that bell button to get notified every time I upload a video. Now let's get on to today's topic.
This show honestly felt very much darker than anything Star Wars has produced up until this point, from The Mandalorian to the Book of Boba Fett. It's darker. I mean, it's very grounded. That's the thing about this show, I think, that would describe it best. This show very much establishes his character very slowly. You understand why he is in a certain way around other people, not very trusting. Because at a very early age, we saw his character being to take away from his home planet. I mean, the opening act, you start at a brothel and then you end up outside in a huge scuffle, and poor Andor had to put away another guy because he was begging for his life. And this whole scene sets up the whole plot line for the next 3 episodes. These guys work for a large corporate security company, and this company was able to have their own armed security. And these guys were outside of their premises, outside of their hours, kind of bothering this guy, because he was a certain background. Very much exploring the stop and frisk type of elements that we've seen in the past in our real world. It grounds the Star Wars universe in a very familiar but also somewhat disturbing reality of our humanity at certain times. We often do look down upon each other based on like the clothes we wear, based on where we think they come from. And I really like that about this show, is that it didn't feel like we were marketing anything. It didn't feel like we were trying to sell products, sell a speedrunner, sell a Jedi figure. I really liked how this show focused away from the standard Star Wars allure. This is a simple hunt and chase storyline, and I think it left the door open for a lot of plot themes to be explored. And this show kind of explores what we heard from Diego Luna before the show premiered about the setting of this world and how there's no Jedi, there's no really good security around you. People rely on these corporate companies to provide this security. And unfortunately, for a lot of lower income areas of the galaxy, in Star Wars, they can't afford that, and so they're open to a lot more attacks. They're open to more robbery, crime, and any violent people that might be coming from different parts of the galaxy. I like B2 Emo already. He's just a savage droid that's, out in the outskirts, just collecting different scraps. I very much got a Wally vibe from B2 Emo and the show so far, and I think it's another way that the Star Wars show can market, characters or toys for the kids. I think Fiona Shaw did a really good job as Marva, rescuing the child, and despite being out in the outskirts, still caring for somebody as small as, Diego Luna's younger version character. And at the very end of episode 3 too, whenever she's being held hostage, you don't get the feel that she's a helpless old lady, because we've seen her in flashbacks of how well that she can, defend herself. Stellan Skarsgard was pretty good as Luthen Rael. I wish we got more of him. We're going to get more of him in these weekly episodes, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing more of him and Diego Luna sharing the screen together. I honestly feel like when those two shared the screen together, it's like the show really began. And I noted it so many times earlier how the show is kind of starting a little bit slower, but this is honestly where the show just takes you in. And if you're not bought into the show at this point, I think maybe the show's not for you. But I really love the action sequence at the very end. I think there is a commonality and there's a understanding between the two of them that I kind of want them to explore. Andor does involve himself with the origins of the rebellion, so it's important to see where he gets that inspiration, where he kind of gets coached up on that. And I think Luthen Rael, he might be doing a lot of that in this episode. Adria Arjona was pretty good as Bix. I kind of sense that there's a little romance or a little history between her and Andor. I think it was very heartbreaking that in the end, after Bix's boyfriend betrayed them, she still, was heartbroken at the loss of losing him. There's been no stormtroopers, no Death Stars, no Star Destroyers at all. We haven't even seen Mon Mothma or the Senate, the Galactic Senate as well. No Forrest Whitaker as Saw Gerrera. I think all of those will be left down the line this season. I'm very excited to see what else the show has in store for the fan. I really much enjoyed the first 3 episodes. It felt like one single movie, stringing you from beginning to end. I like how this show just kind of takes you into its own world and transports you to somewhere separate from the entire mythos of Star Wars with the Force, with the Jedi. We didn't see any Jedi. We didn't even see a stormtrooper in the first 3 episodes. So I think that this show is doing that intentionally to make sure that audiences buy into the character, buy into the world. That scene with the whole town rallying together and putting the drums, making the noise, kind of scaring their Imperial officers before they get closer to Andor. I like how this just builds higher and builds more tension all the way through, all the way to the actual conflict. And it's worth it at the very end. It just makes for an absolute great third act and The first 3 episodes, I think, were just done very, very well. So comment below and let me know what you guys think of the show. Let me know if you're excited to see the rest of the season. Let me know some of your favorite moments of the episode, and share your comments all down below.
Leave this video a like and subscribe for more videos. Check out some of my other videos or the playlist on your screen right now. This has been Joel from Real Talk Movies. See you soon.